Alright, hello everybody and welcome to Elements Pro Gaming up against GoodJob. We are in the Group A elimination match here of the StarSeries I-League Season 6 European Qualifier. My name is Scriv. I'm going to be bringing you a couple of best of threes today. We've got this, obviously, like I say, that elimination match, and then we've got the winners match coming up, scheduled for 7, but we'll see how the day turns out. Obviously, Windigo up against Windstrike for that one, so that should be a pretty good game, but we'll concentrate on this one for now. Starting us off, it is going to be the Russians up against the Belarusians. Starting on Overpass, which is a GoodJob, then Mirage picked by EPG, and Dust 2 is going to be our decider if it is required. I have had on good authority that the game has started over on the actual server itself. Obviously here on the GoTV we're going to have to wait a little bit longer, but it shouldn't be too much longer is the point that I'm trying to make. But it should be a very interesting game, to be quite honest. The odds heavily favoured on the side of GoodJob, to be honest. Quite heavily favoured it seems. But we'll have to see. You know, it kind of all depends on the day. It depends on the team. We had a game last night that I covered for the NA qualifiers, where, according to all the odds, it was evenly matched, and it ended up being 16-5 and then 16-0. So, I mean, who really knows? But anyway, going to be getting straight into the knife round here. Action getting started sooner rather than later, which is very, very nice. Take a quick look at a few of the stats while we're waiting. So Dust 2 for EPG is actually a really good map if we go to that third. Overpass, not so much. 35% win rate. So perhaps a little bit of a shallow map pool. You know, they try and ban out some of the maps. Saying that though, only a 36% win rate for GoodJob. So a little bit odd, a little bit questionable, but that's only in terms of statistics. You know, as a good friend of mine always says, coaches a lot of teams, it always comes down to the teams themselves. Could be on whatever map, you know, they could be on the T side of train and get a 15-0 half. It does happen, especially at this level of Counter-Strike, where, you know, it just comes down to the nature and the play style of the players. Anyway, straight into the pistol here. GoodJob starting off on the CT side, generally the more preferred side of Overpass, although in recent history it has become a little bit more even. If you know your Molotovs and your smokes, especially for the B bomb site, you can definitely have a very good go of things on the T side. We've seen Astralis, I would say, being a pioneer of that. Danish Counter-Strike in general, to be fair, they've done a lot on Overpass particularly. Would be interesting for those of you keeping up with the minor to see how Optic are doing. Either way, it is going to be a B hit. Molotovs and smokes go raining on down. Flashes and smokes, rather. No kills as yet for the CT side. 2 for the Ts. A USP retrieved for Elian as well. Flank coming in from box, but it might be too little too late. His teammates have got to try and hold it down. Dobry just managed to get one, but the bomb site has been conceded ultimately. The bomb goes down. They've got some pretty decent post-plant positions going, but there's a Molotov retrieved. That one kill that he picked up was onto Hooch. Nice Molotov in towards Pit, but there's no one there. There's 3 players in at heaven. Zed able to get one before falling. Dobry taps the bomb. Malik gonna go for this peek. Shows his head. So does his teammate. Gets taken down, and Box on the flank finds the final kill, but Dobry saving the round for GoodJob as he picks up 3. So it was looking pretty good for EPG there, to be fair. And it all just kind of fell apart in the post plant. A little bit too aggressive, perhaps, over towards heaven. Maybe just play on the site, play those Glocks, because what did happen is they traded 1 for 1 in heaven, took down Zed. They expected more players, I think, to be coming from A, but they were in fact coming from that monster side of things. And just really shutting it down early. To be honest. Either way, into the second round here. They did get the bomb down. very CIS style of eco. Malik is able to get the AK out, so he does. That's a bit of team damage on through. Just notice the hood isn't up. Apologies for that. We had a few swap overs of the GoTV and whatnot, so always forget that. Malik has been tagged down early though, so I don't know how effective this AK is really going to be, in all honesty. We'll have to find out. So just taking it rather slowly on the EPG side of things. Box has been tagged down to 13. And it seems like they want to go towards A, but that information is going to come through for the CTs now as Coffee and Zed have pushed up aggressively. Meanwhile, all the action is over on A's. AK has got to go massive for Malik, but not quite strong enough, to be honest with you. As Elian, the only one remaining now before the T side, will fall. Dobry takes his head clean off. So it will be the buy coming in from EPG now. Malik has to kind of sacrifice and go down to the Mac 10. Not really ideal. First kill picked up by Box there. Good start for GoodJob. Obviously they'll want to be shutting down this buy, as it's not great at this point in time. Things really not looking too good for EPG early on in this half. It's a little bit difficult for them to get ahead, really, especially with this lesser utility, lesser weaponry. Effin Yeeks manages to drop Hooch, who I would imagine probably in a little bit more of an in-game leady kind of role for his team. Two players fall and 3 remain for EPG. 40 seconds thereabouts to try and get something done, as it's not really looking too good. Another one falls. Malik over towards A. Not quite sure why the GoTV is fixated on the EP players. Voidex has managed to trade 2 back, but falls, and I think it might just be too late, to be honest. Trevel does manage to take down Effin Yeeks. Should get himself into a good post-plant position here as well, so we'll have to see what he does with it at the end of the day. Backs off, going to be making a lot of noise. Zed's going to probably hear him over towards the A short position, although perhaps not, as judging by his body language it does not look that way. Oh, they're going to have spotted him out here though. Bomb tap comes in and an easy tap down for Zed in the end to take down Trevel. So a little bit anticlimactic there towards the end, but GoodJob get themselves a 3rd round on the board nonetheless. They do need to be careful here though, obviously, with getting that bomb down with the lost burners kind of stacking up. Not quite out of the woods yet. Not quite a complete shutdown of the economy. There will be a quasi-buy coming in. And then subsequent to this, if they lose the round, there will be a buy coming out, but it's all a question of will they be able to get the bomb down, which is their ultimate goal with buying up these few pistols and utility and whatnot. Ooh. Coffee picking a 1. Dobry picks up 2 with the M4 and the Molotov post-mortem. M4 yet to be retrieved. His box does take down Trevel. 4-on-1. However, now for Elian, he just take down another. So there's certainly damage being done by the T side here, but like I say, the ultimate goal really that they had for this round is to get the bomb down, and it doesn't look like that is going to be doable at this point in time. And there you go. Zed, in a bit of an off angle, will take down Elian in the end. So a 4th round relatively cleanly on the board, considering, you know, You can never really write off the pistols. You can't call them weak in the current meta of CSGO, especially that CZ. 3 is sort of your bare minimum that you want to survive on the CT side, especially where things are a little bit more expensive. Your economy can be a bit dicier, let's say. Ooh, I think that was a little bit of a fluff smoke over towards the middle. He tried to capitalise on it, did Box, but unfortunately nothing comes through for him. He does get away with his life though, so not all bad. Can certainly be happy with that. Hooch and Voidex, I think, tagged up by a nade a tiny little bit, but for now there's not been all that much going on. Flash out towards long. There's the AWP Pavilion. Misses the opportunity. They're missing shots all over the place right now. Box actually did get tagged through the wall there. Dobry is here to help out. Box eventually falls to the Glock of Voidex. Dobry needs to be careful on low HP as Malik picks him up easily. 4 on 3. The bomb here really is going to buy some time for GoodJob as it's so far behind. They will be able to rotate in. Might even change their mind because this bomb's so far behind. We'll have to see. Voidex picks up another though. Secures the A control yet again. Coffee is holding a gap on through the smoke. Flash goes through the smoke. He's not really feeling it a second as Voidex does manage to turn away from both but not pick up any kills. Trevel meanwhile drops Z. And now it's all onto Coffee in a 1-on-3. Nice one tap on towards Malik, but too many players, too many angles. Classic situation, really, when you are outnumbered. And EPG get their first round on the board. And with that, despite having 4 in a row, GoodJob are for some reason on the quasi-buy. Hooch is going to be looking to earn some money here. It's he and Malik to have picked up kills so far. Dobry does manage to drop 1. Malik drops in with the nade, so not very back and forth at all. It's all been the T side, to be honest, picking up most of the kills here. Box the only one remaining. Maybe look to get himself a cheeky rifle, but it would appear that Hooch is aware of that fact, so denied, it would seem. Box just going for some exits. Malik needs to be careful. I think if they all exit together, they should be fine. Yeah, this is the smart play. Don't want to give anything across. Their economy as well is not the strongest, so really not taking any chances. Kind of saw Malik there. He's got the 2k already, edging to get the 3k perhaps. But is smart to get the better of him. I'm not quite sure what that was though. As Hooch has just stood there with his knife out, thinking he was fine. Not timed out or anything, as he immediately buys up into this round. And Box just claps him in the head. So, a little bit odd, certainly. UMP out now for Hooch. I think he could have afforded the AK, but maybe there wouldn't have been any utility. Let's have a look at his money. Huh. He's got 2k left in the bag. I don't know. Maybe he's predicting the lack of head armor, which he would be correct in, as all the players remaining now have no head armor. So this UMP could be devastating. A straight up long rush coming on in. FN Yeeks, not long for this world at all. Execute coming in from EPG now as well. And a 5-on-3 retake, essentially, making a 5-on-2, as this is an absolute slaughter. Dobry comes in on the flank, but only able to pick up 1. Coffee, meanwhile, gets 2 on the edge of the smoke, but does fall shortly thereafter. Again, just the strong man advantage from EPG means that they win the round out relatively cleanly. It is a pause coming in. It's going to be a pause from GoodJob. Perhaps to talk about what's been going wrong in these past few rounds, because they were off to a good start. 4-0 EPG now, once the rifles have come out and they've gotten their economy rolling a little bit, have looked like the better side, honestly. And after that round, a very dominant. Sure, there was only 2 surviving in the end, but the kills that they picked up on the GoodJob side of things were essentially consolation kills. So see what they've got planned. Bit of a quasi-buy, a few upgraded pistols, no armor anywhere. A flashbang could be devastating, a smoke as well. Said not buying anything, wants to save his money, perhaps for an AWP. Oh, he does get a P250, so maybe not. I think, though, with the loss bonus, he should still be able to. 2,900. Yeah, I think so. Last cannon, though. Either way, rushing down short here on the back of the flash. Hooch picks up 3 with the MAC-10. Absolutely tears them apart and brings it into a 5-1-2. This thing's really not working out there for the force. Well, for the soft eco, let's call it. All onto Box, now the only one remaining. Position is known and an easy pickup for Treble. We'll see now, though. Another buy coming in. This is what GoodJob will have talked about in that pause. These things are starting to look dangerous for GoodJob if they can't get another round on the board here. Really not ideal. Box does manage to drop Hooch, though, and there's been a lot of team damage, or damage done across the team on the EPG side of things. As they shape up to look possible in taking this round, do a good job. They can play their cards right here. Certainly doable. Slow down in pace, slow down in action. GoodJob, don't want to give this man advantage away. When the retake comes in, as it appears it will, they don't have the kits available, so they're going to have to pick up the kills quickly. Treble drops FN Yeeks. Coffee, though, baiting his teammate well. Dobry as well on the edge of the smoke. Just going to play for info. Going to wait for now to see what's happening. Voidex, of course, picks up another kill. Elian takes down the flank, and suddenly things are looking nigh on impossible for the CT side. Coffee just going to run away and save, I think, as all his teammates fall. They lose the 4-on-3 retake. Up towards heaven, does take down Malik, but a nice flick in from Elian in the end. Means that it will be a 5th round on the board for EPG, and they do well to recover that back. GoodJob maybe after securing the man advantage, playing a little bit too passively, but then it didn't seem like they were dedicating to it. You know, they were sat in passive positions, but taking aggressive peeks, and it's very difficult for people to trade to get back into the site when they don't have that man advantage, really. The flank gets shut down. No coordinated flashes, no coordinated pushes, really. And they just throw it away. Hooch, got to be careful. Turns away from the flashbangs. It is pretty damn obvious. Takes down Dobry as well relatively easily. Again, it's another CZ bit of armor. Kit for Coffee, you know. Little bit of money spent for the CT side, but as you can probably see, as we've been swapping through the players, the money for this T side is really starting to stack up. Looking very scary indeed. Player yet to drop for the T side. As soon as I say that, cast his curse, of course. Coffee picks up 1. He gets a 2nd, in fact. Able to steal away the AK. We'll see how long he's able to keep it. Yeah, not ready for Treble there to have walked through Monster. Gets taken down, and a 6th round on the board for EPG. They're looking really good here, 6 in a row. Like I say, once these rifles come out, they just seem to be a level above. It was looking okay for GoodJob. You know, they fended off the early gun round from EPG, but since then, EPG have just found their footing and have really been a class a level above their opponents, to be honest. Elian opens up yet again as Box was getting desperate on the edge of that smoke. I think it's a purposeful, failed smoke to peek around the corner, because obviously people generally expect that smoke to land and cover the entire mid area, and then you peek over it. Flank comes in from Dobry, but only good for one. Still a 4-on-3. More and more map control as well being gained by the T side here. They've got 2 players to deal with immediately on 8, and I feel like Zed is in a relatively solid rotational position. Very passive hold on towards B. Maybe just holding for some flankers, some lurkers. No one wants to make a mistake though on either side of the scoreboard. Very quiet right now. Literally no one has stepped for a fairly long time. We might see a bit of action here. Malik throws a Molotov in to clear the angle, but then drops back, doesn't go for the peak. Just tiny bits of control here and there. Coffee does give his position away. Voidex takes him down as well. Now it's going to come down to FN Yeats, who's out in the open, blinded, thinking he was behind the box there, I feel. And Zed in a 1-on-4, too far away, just going to go for the save. A 7th round for EPG, and again, they're just looking so very good, so coordinated, especially over towards short to gain that initial pathway on towards the A bomb site. Malik and Voidex just play so very well off of each other. Malik there is a distraction. Voidex walks in and just catches Coffee looking completely the wrong way. Really easy pickup. I don't really know what the CTs are going to do here. It's just a case of getting a little bit out-aimed, a little bit out-brained, I think is the main thing. They certainly seem to have a little bit of individual talent, and whatnot. As you can see from the scoreboard, I mean, Dobry is top fragger for the server. But that team coordination just doesn't seem to be there in the same way that it is for EPG. Difficult. Very difficult indeed sometimes, when, like I say, your mind or your leading voice is just not quite as prominent as you would like. Maybe they've just not quite been in the same situations, quite as experienced as some of these players, especially Hooch. He's been around for such a long time. In Counter-Strike, not just CSGO, but Counter-Strike itself. Just the one M4 for GoodJob. Obviously that M4 that was saved by Zed in the previous round, and another quasi-buy for them. As we get into the latter stages of this first half, round number 12. It should in theory be an 8th on the board for EPG if they play this round the same way that they've been playing all their anti-force buy situations. Ooh, Coffee gives his position away a little bit, but does manage to drop back. Early information being gained. So I think they might as well just go for a bit of a gamble, rotate. As soon as anyone shows any presence over towards B, it would be the correct read. Coffee getting aggressive here up towards short, manages to drop Hooch, should be able to get his hands onto this AK as well. FN Yeeks has picked up one before being traded, so keeps the man advantage for the CT side. An AK and an M4 now in play. Coffee going through for the flank down the sewers. Should spot out Malik. He takes him down as well. Elian trying to clean up the mess as the bomb goes down. Voidex in here, the only ones remaining. CZ out for Elian, but he drops, and it's all onto Voidex in a 1-on-4. They're coming in from all angles, and he just cannot pick out the right head, and he will fall. So GoodJob managed to steal one away off the back of the 4K from Coffee with that CZ. Absolutely huge from him to buy his team another round, and maybe a bit of a lifeline. They're not going to have reset their opponents. They're not even going to have put that much of a dent into the economy, but maybe the confidence comes back and they can get a few more rounds on the board before that second half comes about. We'll have to see. Like I say, though, Elements Pro Gaming got plenty of money in the bank. As do the CT side now, at least for this round and possibly the last round of the half as well, as you can see. This is the best buy they've had for a while. Let's see what they can do with it. Hooch gaining a bit of pressure over towards connector. Coffee gets tagged down on B. Perhaps from a nade, to be fair, in at the barrel position. Hooch is just making noise right now. He's really just trying to play for those rotations in through connector. But no one is biting at the moment on the CT side. Boost on up, not going to spot out anyone yet. Elian watching for it, but not quite at the right angle. Again, it's also very quiet. Early utility usage. No smokes remaining for the CT side, only one Molotov. Hooch going rushing through the Molotov at short. What is going on? He manages to get behind everybody, but doesn't pick up a single kill. Trevel, the only one to have found anything for his team. Into a 4-on-2 now in favour of the CTs. Heavily in favour of the CTs, as it's just Elian all by himself. Everybody knows where he is. They're all watching for him. I think he's just going to have to run away and save this AWP, to be honest with you. Maybe do some more damage. Takes down FN Yeeks. Can't really get into the site, though, in all honesty. You know, it's a tough ask for any calibre of player. So he's just going to back off and save, and now that they've dropped another player, they realise that he's saving. No one is going for the hunt, because, like I say, CT economy, it's okay, but obviously they don't want to be throttling themselves any more than they already have done in terms of economy. They should be able to drop some weapons across quite easily and have a nice buy for the past couple of rounds, for the last couple of rounds for this first half here. That's a hefty chunk of nade damage for the aggressive CTs here up towards middle. They're not caught out, though. Zed and Coffee, they both chime in. Box has fallen, but a very aggressive play here leaves Elian all by himself yet again. Dinked out and eventually finished off by Coffee. They only pick up 2. Zed getting a 3k, Coffee getting a 2k. A very, very fast round indeed. But like I say, good job. They get that first round on the board for the first time in a long time. Their fifth it was. And now they've had a bit of a resurgence. Their confidence has come back, and they will be all even now, and possibly, if they can keep it up, with an opportunity to take this half 8-7. We'll have to find out. Yeah, so both the games are best threes. This is the Group A elimination match, and then we have the Group A winners match after this. Both best of threes. Bit of a mouthful. Box opens up yet again. Been doing well with the AWP recently for GoodJob. Playing from a man down, EPG. Finding it difficult, it would seem. That's certainly been the difference maker in these past few rounds that GoodJob have taken, is getting that early pick. Early on in the half, we saw them give away their advantages that they earned a little bit too easily. Giving it away briefly here, 4-on-4. Trevel makes it a 4-on-3. I'm not quite sure why we're missing that double spray down. A bit unfortunate of the auto director, but he picks up Coffee as well. Brings it into a 4-on-2 now, and a really doable situation. There's only one player on towards B. FN Yeeks is going to have to hold this down like an absolute hero. As soon as they spot him out, though, he gets taken down pretty much. Easy trade in the end, and it is going to be Box to try and win this 1-on-3. He manages to find the first with the AWP. Flash going to come on high, but he's able to get away. Nade doesn't do any damage to him. I think he... I'm not quite sure what's to run away and save, perhaps, but you can't do that, unfortunately. It's the final round. Either way, nothing coming for him, as Voidex will pick up the final kill for the half, and Elements take it 8-7. I mean, not a bad half at all. You know, to get the advantage, to get the lead going into that second half is always nice. And definitely on the T side of overpass, it is good to get ahead. I'd say 6 is your satisfactory, 4 or 5 your bare minimum. 8 though. It's pretty nice. Gonna have to take this pistol here. Good job if they want a chance at this second half, really. Otherwise, Elements will be in prime position to run away with things. It's very similar to what we saw in the first half pistol, but this time we'll see whether FNX actually uses that Molotov. Hooch didn't. B-Rush coming on in. Aggressive peek from Hooch. He takes down one before getting traded, but at least gains that info for his team for the rotations to come in. They're all here, but they're all over towards Graffiti. It's a little bit of a passive setup from the CT side, and might come back to haunt them as Coffee picks up one before the bomb goes down. Even back up by Trevel into a 3-on-3. No utility remaining for this T side now. There's still the kit in play. A little bit of damage traded on back. Nice angle from FN Yeeks to take down Elian in Heaven. Peeks out, does a lot of damage onto Malik as well. Things are looking difficult as it's only he remaining for the CT side. 3 players to find. He knows the location of 2, but not the third. The third reveals himself, but he's not needed, as FN Yeeks takes down Malik. I think, I'm not quite sure. Someone must have fallen in that I didn't notice. But either way, good job, get the pistol on the board. It seems that their pistols are relatively decent. Certainly something to take away with them in this game. You know, as it's a little bit... It's a little bit unexpected, to be fair. But you do see it sometimes. The randomness of the pistols can be very, very hard to read into. Let me know as well, we had sound yesterday. I'm pretty sure I've sorted it all, but maybe now the game sounds a bit too quiet. Just let me know what the deal is with that. 4-on-4. Zed and Malik go toe-to-toe. Couple of AKs out. I do believe it was only a MAC-10 that was dropped there, so it's not the end of the world. But still a chance for the CTs. You never know. They've retrieved the MAC-10 as well. 3 up towards long, 1 over towards short. Nice CZ kill in from Hooch. So they're coming raining in right now. Malik trying to hide there from the UMP of box, but unfortunately to no avail, as I think he was spotted out running that way. Elian the only one remaining. And as the bomb goes down, I don't give him too much hope. I mean, there might be a chance here that possibly he gets a rifle away. Or, well, rather an SMG. Losing my words slightly. But it looks like he's not going to get either of those things, really. Just going to save the P250 into the next round. Maybe get a cheeky exit if he's lucky. Ooh, he is a little bit lucky. Takes down Coffee. Is he going to be able to save this AK, though? Will they be able to deny him? Dobry is able to do so. And retrieves the AK for himself. But significant economic damage done, to be fair. Picking up 3 players there is going to leave a rather hefty dent in the T-side economy. So they need to win this round rather cleanly. Otherwise it could come back to haunt them going into the first gun round. Going to be a straight flash over towards middle. This could really work out. There's only a couple of players going in towards middle, so it could really work in their favour. It doesn't actually blind anyone up, but there's too many players to deal with as Hooch picks up both the kills. 2 AKs going to be retrieved now. And with 2 MAC-10 players remaining, I mean, it's definitely doable for the CT side. Treble with a beautiful angle. Managed to drop Dobry, and Elian has found FN Yeeks. All onto Zed. He does get another, but he drops. It's the USP eco from pretty much a full eco. I think it was Elian with the flashbang, and that was it. And EPG managed to steal it away. It's a good job. Just caught so off guard. You know, going for the rush into the pistols. Plays into their hands, but not rushing with 3 or 4 players to melt them. Only 2. And Hooch does a great job. You know, if you don't take down that first player, the rest of them all come around the corner and just melt you. Well, you saw what happens. AWP out now in the hands of Elian. Gonna go above this smoke. Try and find what he can. Malik manages to drop Coffee. Very early on indeed. That's one of the Galil players, I believe. Still a rifle nonetheless. A couple of AKs in play. Not really ideal. So only have a couple. Ooh, missed shot by Elian. The nerves perhaps setting in a little bit. Needs to be a bit more chillaxed. He does manage to drop Dobry. Zed takes down Trevel on B, and Elian picks up a second. Bit of a shame that we missed both of those, but putting in the work nonetheless, as it's into a 4-on-2 in favour of Elements Pro Gaming. Another kill trader back for the T side, but has yet to really do a dent. Hooch finds the final kill as Elian comes in with a 3k. I gave him a little bit of stick early on in the round for missing his shots, but it seems that he got into the groove, picked up 3 kills, and essentially secured the round for EPG. So we'll have to see now. Good job finding themselves on the back foot yet again. This could be very dangerous on the T side as well. If you can't find how to break the defense of the CT side, it can be a very difficult time indeed. Oh, nice flick in from Elian, as it's only against pistols, but still beautiful shots. Going to give him a bit of confidence as well going into the actual rifle rounds. Another one coming in for him. Hooch does fall, a little bit unfortunate, but the round ultimately goes the way of EPG with a nice little 90-degree flick in from Elian. Another 3k for him, so certainly going to be feeling the confidence, and he's really flying ahead in terms of scoreline. 20-10. Coffee on the other side of things, 19-14. But still, if he's landing shots with the AWP on the CT side of overpass, it's dangerous, it's scary. You know, it's very, very scary for GoodJob. They're not able to get an AWP out here, so there's not going to be any answer back. Elian sticking to the A site, sticking to his usual style of play. Aggressive flashbangs coming on through. Might just cost him his life here. Hooch sacrifices himself to make sure that his teammate can get away and at least pull out the trade. Still not looking too good. Trevel, I believe that was on B, over towards short, manages to take down Zed. Auto director is fixated on Coffee, so maybe he's about to do something heroic here as he is creeping around this smoke. Really wants to go through it, but I think he's second guessing himself. Trying to play as that lurker right now, I think, hoping that his teammates have pulled some rotations. Unfortunately not the case. Dobry does manage to take down Trevel, so things might change as there's only one player on B to hold things down. It is VoidX. He has been relatively strong, maybe not the highest fragger, but certainly one of the flashiest. Doing a really good job of entering on the T side. Let's see how well he holds down this site. Picked up one, like I said, but immediately drops back, so maybe not too bad at all. Takes down all 3, though. What is that flick at the end onto Coffee? FN Yeeks fell in the pit, blinded up by a flash coming in from the teammate of VoidX. As I sing his praises, he shows us exactly why I should be doing so. Very nicely done from him indeed. Oh, I'll tell you what, boys. Tired as hell. Yeah, well, you know. Ooh, what is this? What is this? 2k in from Dobry. This round's pretty much only just started. They rush B, and he's like, listen, guys, this is our side now. See you later. Malik gets one, but he's traded back by Coffee. I think they might just steal this round away, to be honest. 4-on-2 retake with the AWP as well. Hooch, I don't know, not really known for his clutching, to be honest. He does make his way in towards water, but immediately dropped by Coffee, as he just can't find the head. And Elian going to drop back and save this AWP into the next round. So good job with a bit of a force fight. Managed to get themselves what looks like a relatively easy round there. Elian has dropped another, to be fair, but obviously not going to be able to take the round here as he's just holding a very passive angle in towards the upper area. Just trying to get some exits, maybe? I'm not quite sure what the plan was there, to be honest with you. Certainly got the money in the bank, though, especially Elian, having survived for so long. Doing a very good job, indeed. Yeah, I think EPG will probably take this ultimately. Let me just have a double check. I think this is the pick of good job. Yeah, it is. It is. So we got Mirage after this. We've had a pretty good CT side, so it's shaping up pretty well for EPG, to be honest. But we'll have to see. They're falling flat sometimes to a few of these rushes that seem to be coming in. Again, Dobry picks up one. Coffee opens up. Dobry actually gets two in towards short here before falling. Coffee's picked up two on the site itself. And again, Elian finds himself deja vu in a 1-on-4, looking to save. Like I say, they're falling short. It is aggression versus aggression, and ultimately that's going to work out for the T side because you've got you can, you know, dedicate more players to that aggression. EPG, you saw over towards short, it was one guy. He gets blinded by a counter flash, and then you've lost half of your B defense, you know. Whereas if you trade 1-for-1 on the T side in a rush situation, it's not the end of the world. You've still got 4 more players that can hit the bomb site. So soft eco, quasi buy for Elements Pro Gaming. Good opportunity for Good Job to even up the scoreline. They play their cards right. We'll have to see. They have lost a rather embarrassing eco in the past. Not quite sure how that actually burns FN Yeeks, to be honest, but it doesn't do all that much damage, to be fair. Hooch creeping on in behind here. Oh, this could be massive, as he's going to go for the knife. Takes down one, gets his hands onto the AK, gets a second as well. Might be able to get away here. He actually can, but there's so many players converging onto his position. He won't be able to save the AK, but still, damage done. A lot of money earned for him himself as well with that knife kill. Brought back into a 3-on-3, make it now a 3-on-2. Superior weaponry for the T side as well. You would favour them. And I think Elian, you might think, what's he doing on the A site? They're going B. I think he's looking to save this AK that Hooch left at the top of connector. Trevel really can't go anywhere as he's trapped in this B site. Let's see what he's got with the Deagle. Not much at all, as Zed gets himself a 3K. Elian, though, surely he's got it. Did he genuinely think they were going A? He must have thought they were going A, as he's now trying to go for some exits with this Mag 7. Hooch has got to... Surely. Sure, I feel like Hooch says, there's a free AK top of connector. Lands the ding. But he's absolutely miles away, so it does no damage. Jumping around the corner, does a bit of damage onto Zed, but he himself takes a lot, and Box will drop him in the end. A little bit weird why he didn't go for the AK. I suppose they're going to be buying up here, but the one-tap potential of the AK, you know, can really make a huge difference, to be honest. But whatever. Benefit of hindsight and all that. Who knows, maybe he goes to the top of connector and the T side was smart and threw it out of the map. As there was 2 players, I think, that took down Hooch. No one really there to contest them either, picking up that kill. So they certainly could have taken an extra few seconds and just thrown the AK out of the map. Double up setup though for EPG, something that we've not seen from them so far. Hooch on the AWP, maybe a little bit spawn based, as he'd gone over towards Monster to get an early pick. Unlucky for him, there's no one there. So as he absolutely cacks his pants getting shot from short. Trevel does manage to pick up Zed, but I think he felt like someone was watching that. You saw him just visibly get shocked and left on 29 HP, but good bait as Trevel is able to take down Zed. So an early man advantage for EPG. They can be happy with that result for sure. Elian picks up another onto Coffee, keeping the man advantage very strong indeed. It's going to be a straight up A rush down short for the rest of the T side. Elian picking up another. He gets even more. It's the auto director missing all of this. Dobry does... What is going on, auto director, man? You're missing all the kills. Dobry takes down Elian, but Malik trades it back and gets his hand back onto that orb. But we missed like 5 kills in that round because auto director was just on the wrong people. And I tried to swap over to the T side that were pushing up A short, but when I did, they were dying, so it wasn't actually swapping over, because obviously you can't spectate dead people. What a tilta. Rush again coming in from GoodJob. It is getting a little bit desperate, a little bit easy to read at times. Elian picks up one. Hooch with the second AWP gets one for himself as well. Brings it into a 5-on-3. As again, GoodJob going to be playing from behind. EPG are looking really, really strong. Into the latter stages again, this is going to be, you know, the mental fortitude, the experience. And perhaps the knowledge as well, the understanding of how to play under pressure, for sure. Yeah, I think Optic are really good. They've got some really good players as well. You know, a lot of kind of underrated players that maybe should... Config's like nuts. Cajun B, good experience. You know, a nice mind for the game. We'll talk after this round, I think. Maybe I'll talk a little bit in the break about it. Zed picks up 2. Opens up the B site, brings it into a 3-on-3. Hooch goes straight on in, but not expecting Dobry to be up so close and personal. Malik, however, has pulled it back in favour of the CT side. FN Yeeks, the only one remaining. No utility for him. There's a kit here for Elian. I think they want to go in together, perhaps? Orp should definitely go first. So there's an easy trade here. Malik, careful of your head there, buddy. He does land the dink, though, and manages to survive the spray down. Takes down FN Yeeks. And gets a 14th on the board for EPG. They're really starting to close the gap to that victory scoreline, to that 16-round scoreline. As you can see, the economy of the T side, they could probably get another buyout here. It does all depend. Loss bonus stacking up a little bit. They could get, you know, a bomb plant and still end up losing the round. That extra $800 really does help out. But hard to tell. What's going to happen? EPG, though, look in prime position to take this one, to be fair. Trades all over the map right here. Into a 3-on-3, making a 3-on-2, making a 2-on-2. Could we make it a 2-on-1, Coffee? What are you saying? Nade goes in towards Pit. There's a little bit of damage. Not all that much at all. Rotation has landed on in. Coffee does manage to drop Malik. He himself gets dropped, and then Box trades onto Hooch. So trade after trade after trade, but getting the initial pick for the T side, and that 3k especially for Coffee, sees GoodJob through to the victory in that round. And now a key decision for EPG. Do they go for the force? Do they go for the quasi-buy and let it get to 14-14? Competitive first map on our hands, which is nice to see, as it was very one-sided, the games that I casted last night, or this morning, for myself. But they will go for the very soft eco. P250's a deggle. Don't really expect too much, although they have done more with less, so we'll have to see. Voidex takes down Zed. Oh, Voidex takes down Dobry as well, just playing off the back of his teammates beautifully. Shame that we missed a few of those. They have gained control over towards A, though, as now it is Voidex, the only one remaining. Got his hands onto an AK, but I think a 1 versus 3 ace clutch is certainly going to be a little bit too much to ask. Malik MVP, sure, my dude. I think Elian, to be fair, he's been really good on the CT side. Once he got into the groove with that AWP. But then, you know, in recent memory, Coffee's had some really good rounds to buy GoodJob a lifeline and maybe even help them pull the game back in their favour. Take the victory, perhaps. Looks like this AK will be saved into the next round for Voidex. Nice little one-tap arenos coming in, perhaps. We shall have to see, as this is possibly the final buy for either of these teams. I mean, look at the economies. Whoever loses this round will be most likely forcing up into the next one. No stacking loss bonus for GoodJob. The best they can hope for would be, what, 2,700? They get the bomb down. I think it'd be less than that, actually. Yeah, they would. What am I talking about? It'd be 2,100. Right? No, 2,200. Yeah, maths is hard, boys. We got there in the end, though. We got there in the end. All right? Everybody's dignity is saved. 2,200 would be what they have in the bank. Looks like it is going to be an aggressive B hit coming in, though, from a GoodJob. All the players dedicated to it. Smokes, Molotovs, flashes. Absolute carnage right now. No kills picked up for either side. Zed goes down to very low HP. Does need to be careful. The rotation's going to start to come in now as well, and they're yet to drop any players. Malik Treble picks up 2 before he goes down. Trade after trade after trade, though, brings it into a 2 versus 1. FN Yeeks takes down Malik, but he's left on such low HP. This information's got to come through as well. The bomb dropped in such an awkward position. As soon as he gets spotted, Hooch will drop him. The match point secured for EPG, but they've only got 1 to play with. No bomb plant for the T side. Their money in absolute tatters. Box and FN Yeeks, not so bad, but everybody else going to be on pistol and armor. The game might just have escaped them here, although we shall see. Earlier on in this second half, EPG fell flat to a lot of eco rushes. Now they've got 2 AKs. Could work out. Let's see what the game plan is. 1 player over towards B. Everybody else spread out, holding the aggression over towards A. Failed nade from Malik. Feels bad, man. I think that did a hefty chunk of damage as well into Hooch. I could be wrong. Elian falls. That's the AWP down. Coffee, maybe again, providing for his team when the pressure is stacked against him. Hooch down to 50 HP. Does manage to pick a 1 before falling. Smoke's going to go raining down on towards the A side. It seems like they're where they want to hit. 2 AKs and an M4 now in play. And the man advantage. Voidex unsure of whether to rotate. They're rotating back towards B. This is actually a very good read, to be fair. Malik drops FN Yeeks. That's one of those AKs down. Another kill comes in for Voidex. Nice flash in, though, as Dobry picks up 1. Immediately saved by his teammate, rather. Not traded, as I thought. Malik, got to be careful here. Peeking out. The spray doesn't connect for Dobry. For Zed, rather, but Dobry is there to peek on out and take us to overtime. As a very, very back and forth end to this second half, taking us into our first half of overtime. Not quite sure what the deal is in terms of waiting. Hopefully shouldn't be too long. I need a drink of water soon, otherwise my voice is gonna die. Can you actually... My bird is so far away. So far away. I can't believe you actually... I've seen that. Gone and closed all the doors leading to where the bird is, though. Feel bad, but... It's all good, lads. It's all good. Guess it's because it's just like short, sharp, high-pitched sounds. Microphones are very sensitive to that, apparently. Well, that could be the birds outside. To be fair, I don't have any windows or anything open, but like, there's a lot of them. I don't know. Cold coffee, boys. Nice. Right. Like I say, not really sure what the deal is in terms of how long we wait for this. I think they have to ready. Okay, so they did have to ready up. They've now readied up, and as you can see, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime. Let's go, boys. MR6, 16k. 16k, kind of fallen out of favor recently. A lot of TOs going with the 10k, but it's nice to see it every now and then, I suppose. It's a bit of a toss-up, right? 16k gives you the opportunity to just have 3 rounds of pure Counter-Strike action. Best Counter-Strike you could possibly pull off because you've got all the utility in the world. 10k plays maybe a little bit more into a strategic game of, you know, getting your economy in a good spot, making sure not to spend too much money. You know, maybe you have to save and make smarter decisions. Nice Molotov, pushes them off the angle at short. Alien melted down to 66 HP as well. Ooh, on the edge of this smoke, Zed actually manages to pick up 2. Perfect timing for him to find those. Malik could get caught reloading here, creeping on through round the pillar. As they've made their way on towards the site, he does manage to pick up 1. He gets a second as well. So it's back into a 3-on-3, but so much damage done to the CT side here. Malik not long for this world. And his teammates might also be in a similar situation. They've been smoked out of the site. The bomb will go down. There's a kit in the hands of Elian. Only 1 flash remaining now. Hooch creeping on through box, watching for it. Timing works out for him as he was kind of apprehensive to whether there was someone pushing from upper. And Elian now the only one remaining in a 1-on-3. Does he want to go for this? Does he want to save the AWP? We'll have to see. 3-on-1. Doesn't look like it's possible. I think he's just backing off to save, but not quite dedicating enough to it, as Box will take him down there at the back of A. Sad times. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Bird's cool. The dog's the main one. My dog's like quite old, so sometimes he just randomly barks, and that'll definitely come up on the stream because he's like in the next room kind of thing, you know, or whatever. Not all the time, but sometimes. Animals, bro. So, because I'm a university student at the moment, it's sort of like, you know, being at home. There's a lot more tight spaces. 2 kills in for Elian. Shame that we're missing all these. What's going on, Autodite? Well, we're missing all the kills, bro. Stop. Dobry, the only one remaining. His EPG looks set to get a 16th round on the board. They go for the B rush. It does not work out as they brought their immovable object in the form of Elian over towards B. He does eventually get taken down, but he picks up 2 very early kills, finds the information, allows the rotations to come in. You know, he plays his role perfectly. And now, like I say, Dobry all by himself. Dinked up through the wall there, but not for very much damage at all. Getting pushed off quite readily. He's got 3 players to find. Certainly easier said than done. No one really giving him anything. Spray on through the wall. Does land, takes travel down to 5. Nice headshot on towards Voidex. Nice headshot on towards Hooch. If he's able to get away with this one, I swear, boys and girls, EPG are going to feel a real kick in the teeth. This should have been their round. It should have been an easy round. Trevel on 5 HP from the earlier exchange. We'll have to see which way this goes. Bomb is down in favour of Trevel, to be fair. He's managed to move across towards the barrels, playing a bit more of a headshot angle. Going to try and creep round the wall and gets him on the edge of the pillar. Trevel beautifully played. The timing not working out there for Dobry as he just sprayed to that area. He'd just been watching that area. And as soon as he looks away, of course, that is when the peak comes in from Trevel. So he saves that round. We get into the final round of the first half of overtime. 19 to win it, 18 to take us to the next overtime, to a second overtime. Obviously that's 18 from both sides. And then it's when we get into overtime 2 or 3 that the maths becomes a little bit more difficult to figure out what the round-winning score needs to be. Ooh, that's a little bit awkward. Malik as well took a bit of team damage, it would seem. Or something. No, Box rather took a bit of team damage. Zed takes down Elian, so the advantage in favour of the T side. Hooch trying to creep on through, drops Dobry with the D. See ya, kid. And now there's so many players grouping on towards Zed. He does get 1, but traded back. However, it's still a 2-on-2, and they've got A-site control. They don't quite realise it on the side of GoodJob, but if they go straight in towards A, they should be able to get this bomb down relatively easily. It looks like the rotations are coming in, but they're apprehensive. They don't know where the T side is playing from, how aggressively pushed up they are. A lot of things they need to find out. But now they'll know it's A. Bomb's gone down. Creeping on through the smoke. Hooch, my dude. What the hell? Balls of steel. So he walks through that smoke with his back turned. Both players over towards short. Maybe just a good read coming in from the two CTs here. Smoke going to go down on towards the bomb. An aggressive push in from Trevel here. Not really able to pick up anything yet. Does find the first. But can't really make his way back towards the bomb. Ring around the rosies with coffee. And he's just playing the bomb. 10-second timer ticks, and now he can go for the fight. And he gets the one tap onto Trevel. A 17th round on the board. Good job. Go into the CT side with a bit of a lead. But we'll see whether it is going to be enough. So we are certainly in for a bit of a slobber knocker here, it would appear. 230 bombs for Dobry and Coffee. Maybe that's going to be the difference maker. We'll have to see. The second half should get started relatively quickly. I think they need to hit ready again. Don't know if they realise that. Obviously, after this, we will be going into Inferno. No, Mirage. Mirage. Apologies. Mirage is our second map, which is the pick of EPG. So GoodJob really would want to take this one here. Otherwise, might be difficult for them on Mirage. We'll have to see. Mirage is a very commonly played map, though, and I would imagine GoodJob are fairly confident on it. Obviously, they let it through the pick and ban phase. And then after that, if it is required, we've got ourselves a cheeky bit of Dust 2, which would be nice. I've not casted much Dust 2 at the higher levels of CS, to be honest. Or at least getting to the higher levels. It's not the highest level. I'd say these teams are solidly tier 3. I think there's Alien DC. We've got a bit of a stop here, a bit of a reset type deal. Not quite sure why. But I noticed in that previous round, Alien was the only one that wasn't moving. What's going on? They need to get the match medic going because they've been given. It's restarted to 0-0 as though it's the pistol. Not ideal, boys. Not ideal, to be fair. But, you know. Listen, there is no cameraman. Alright? Pona Zoger. No offense, bro, but Pona's like a pretty 2012 word. But yeah, there is no cameraman. That's the issue. It's auto-director, and it's terrible. Auto-director is bad. You know? It's poopy. Anyone going to London for the major, though? Anyone going to London? I'm kind of tempted. I don't know. It's expensive. And I'm poor. So... But I'll definitely watch for shizzle. Might go to Katowice, save up some money, go to Katowice. That would be pretty cool. Anyone know how good Poland is? I mean, I'm not really all that sure. I've not been before. I don't know how the cities are, how the country is, how the people are. You know. You know. Who bloody knows, mate? Ooh. Counter-terrorists win. Got big boys. Round draw. Big boys move into Imperial. I don't know if anyone's seen that. Tensky and Crystal are out. Esperanto is coming back, and then we got Frozen and Labanchika. I don't quite know the pronunciation, to be honest, but looking good, boys. Looking good. We just suddenly shot up to 1.5k viewers. Pog Champ in the chat. Omega Lull in the chat, maybe. Looks like we are going to be getting back into the action as well, so you join us at a good time, boys and girls. While I'm here Might as well have a cheeky little plug. Do be sure to drop me one of those follows at Scrivcast. It's in the title. Would muchly appreciate the support. Really does help grow my reach and influence and, you know, and support and whatnot. Always nice. We'll see here though. 17 to 16 EPG going into the T side. They did have a bit of a stronger CT side in my opinion, but not quite able to close it out was the main issue. Bit of early trades. FN Yeeks tagged down. A little bit low there. Yeah, that's so true. It is the travel costs. It's crazy. Like, if you're local to the area, it's fine, but if you got to fly or whatever. Either way, concentrate on the game, boys. On the game. The real action. 50 seconds remaining in this round. There's hardly been anything happen, apart from FN Yeeks getting tagged down even more. Now towards 50. Seems like it's a little bit of a fake over towards B, to be fair, to just draw some rotations, keep some players there. Hooch and Trevel holding that one down. The bomb going to be creeping up short. Not quite sold on this yet. They are keeping the 3 players here though, so there's a weaker defense on A at least, and on the site itself it is a little bit weaker as Box is still in towards long. We'll have to see how this works out. Hooch is over at B, not really all that much happening. Voidex drops Dobry, gets that A control over towards long though. This is huge as FN Yeeks also picks up another for the CT side, brings it into a 4-on-3. Bomb gonna get dropped. Only 7 seconds remaining. Are they gonna have time to get this down? I don't even think so. No one's got their hands on it on the T side, and they steal away the 18th round. 7 players still left alive, but GoodJob managed to get away with it. They even take down Trevel. Not that it's going to matter all that much as he had loads of money in the bank, but they need to win 2 more rounds in a row here, otherwise GoodJob will be taking it if they reach 19. Yeah, I know it is a bit cringy, but you gotta sell out, man. To be fair. I don't often do it, to be honest with you. It's like the first time I've done it in a while, actually. Just run out of things to say, so... I'm guessing that's what you're saying cringe to. But... not looking too good for EPG. They had a really good resurgence in that first half on their T side. They had a really good showing on the CT side, but they should have closed it out and they just weren't able to. And now it looks like GoodJob are fighting for this a little bit more than their counterparts here. We'll see. No one wants to be the one to make a mistake, though. It ends up being a very passive round yet again. It could be a very similar situation to the previous round where they just didn't leave themselves enough time. 45 seconds remaining here as the hit is going to come in. Zed picks up the first kill over towards short. Malik trades him on back. The auto director missing everything, boys. What's going on? Dobry trades back Hooch. F's in chat as he missed all the kills. F and Yeeks and Trevel do trade as Malik and Elian the only ones remaining. Elian brings it back into a 2-on-2. Malik going to get aggressive in towards bank here. Peeking on out is FN Yeeks. He falls to Malik. Malik also takes down Box. And it will be a 17th round on the board for EPG. Are they going to overtime? Will GoodJob be able to close it out? We'll soon find out. This game has been so intense so far. Not amazing clutch plays, not, you know, incredible 1-on-3s, 1-on-4s, but just the back and forth nature of these two teams. The way that they're able to just suddenly come alive, suddenly hold it on down. You know, whether it be a bomb site or it be a push into a bomb site. Very, very interesting to watch how inconsistent these two teams have been, to be honest with you, for most of this game. Just as you give one team a chance, it seems to be that the other one takes a round away. As we might just see here, as Voidex opened up yet again for his team. This is something that he did very well. He was pretty quiet on the CT side, but on the T side, he had a great entry fragging prowess. There you go. Gets another one on towards box. Is it going to be a double overtime? Will they be able to recover the 5-on-3? Oh, I don't think so. Voidex gets himself a third. There's only 2 remaining now for the CT side. I'm not quite sure what their game plan is here. I suppose Voidex is the only one to have picked up kills for the T side, so they think it might just be B, because he's the only one to have shown anything. But now with all the utility being expended, surely soon they've got to figure out that it's A, making their way on the rotation, but it might just be too little too late. It's going to be a 5-on-2 retake. They don't get any initial kills off the back of the push towards A. Is a bit of a misread coming in from the remaining 2 good job players. Got to make so much noise here. Pre-fire all the angles. You know, it's just really not going to work out for them. Malik takes down FNX, and Zed can't even get a single kill. So it will be a double overtime, ladies and gents. Malik gets the final 2 kills there in that half. Holy moly. Might just be in for the long haul. Absolutely mental. Yeah, Windigo, I think definitely going to win, to be honest. I have never heard of Windstrike, ever. But I think they're a relatively new team, to be fair. Oh, wait, no, I actually saw them play yesterday. Yeah, they're a pretty new team. I recognise some of the names, though. Was it Boomich, Waterfalls, Jimka, Kivik I've heard of, Balbina as well. Yeah, I recognise the names for sure. But I think they're a little bit inconsistent and not quite prepared as a team. Anyway, into the second half of overtime. Holy moly, EPG. You look away for a second, you miss it. 3 quick kills coming in for them, as they will need 22 rounds to take the victory here. And they are looking set to do that. Certainly feeling it after the past few rounds. That is for sure. 4-on-2 now. It's Coffee and Zed. I've got to try and hold it on down, but I don't think they're quite going to be able to do so. There's a fair few players to find. They don't have very much utility remaining. Elian holding a very crack angle, not expected at all by Zed. Easy pickup. Now it's all onto Coffee. He's on 43 HP. He does have a little bit of a positional advantage. Going to get blinded up here, though, by the flashbangs. And in a very awkward position, a very easy position to get traded from as well. On towards Optimus. They will eventually spot him out here. He does manage to take down Voidex. They line up for him, but he can't connect the spray, as Malik will stop any more madness from the lone CT. And it will be a 19th round on the board for Elements Pro Gaming. Straight up rush, it would seem now for EPG. Quite sure which bomb site they're going to be hitting. Molotov goes in towards the barrels. Smoke on down, stop the CT Molotovs, and it's an absolute bloodbath. 3 kills come in, 2 for the Ts, 1 for the CTs, and a 4-on-3. This is what it needed. EPG had been playing so very slowly on this T side, and now that they managed to steal away the first round of the second overtime, they change up the pace. They come in very quickly indeed, and I think they might just be able to secure this one. Bit of damage traded on through the smoke. Box actually takes down Elian with the AWP as he was walking away from Dobry's spray down. Box gets another Z on the flank, in fact. They might just have pulled this one on back, you know, as I ruled them out. Malik, a little bit second-guessing that he'd gotten that kill on towards Box, and it cost him his life, as they will get the defuse in. And GoodJob actually managed to take that round. I feel like that should have been a surefire round for EPG, with the man advantage, the positional advantage. But Box does a great job with the AWP from heaven. Not smoked out, not really considered up there either, it seems. He picks up 2 and allows that flank to come in as well, importantly, from Zed, to crush the hopes and dreams of EPG. Holy moly, boys. Like I said, as soon as you write them off, it seems to go back the other way. Very unpredictable game at this point in time, to say the least. Nice shot coming in from box to open up as well on towards Hooch. Does take a bit of damage for his trouble, and eventually it costs him his life over towards the bathrooms. But still, the opening pick, and now probably gaining a lot of information. Malik manages to take down Dobry, however. Nice flashbangs in, going to make things difficult for FN Yeeks on the site. He does manage to get one, but again, traded on back. Coffee, awkward exchange there from the dumpster. He goes down, and it's all onto Zed. Not looking too good. He's got a Zeus. Ooh, might get an opportunity to use it. Takes down Void X. I think he's just going to run away and go for the save, to be honest, on 19 HP. Even with all the money that they have, it's just not looking too good. Actually rotating around towards the dumpster. Takes down Trevel here. Smoke going to go down on towards the bomb. Ooh, creeps on by, but Malik drops him. Unfortunate for Zed there. What am I saying? Talking about saving, of course, it's the last round of that first half of overtime. As EPG just edge ahead with the 1 round lead. They're going to need 2 on their CT side. In order to take it. Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, like I say, I recognise the names, but the org, not so much. Is it all 5? We're all 5 of them at the... Is it exactly the same lineup? I think it is, isn't it? I don't know. They're major legends, but... Who knows, man. But I'm not so sure. The odds heavily stacked against them, it would seem. Elian gets an opening pick here, takes down Coffee. He's been brilliant on that AWP, to be honest. One to watch for me. Be interesting to find out how old he is, actually. Have a cheeky look here. 19 years old, of course. The young guns, yet again. Looking good. So maybe in the next few years, might see him creep up through a flip side or something of the like. Going to be a B hit coming in. There was a flank from Box, which shut down relatively easily. Oh, that's unfortunate. A lot of damage traded between Void X and FN Yeeks. Rotation's going to come in late from A, though, so certainly an opportunity. Dobry picks up 2 here before the bomb goes down. It's all on to him, though, to really keep his team in it. Gets another one on towards Elian. Bomb is planted for him over towards short. Low HP on Void X. Could be an easy pickup. They're waiting for that, though. Tap comes in onto the bomb. Hooch not really in position to help out his teammate, but Void X doesn't need it, of course. He drops Dobry, gets a 21st round on the board for Elements Pro Gaming. And now they only need 1 more. They've got 2 more to do it in. So it's a very similar situation for GoodJob, though, in that first half of overtime, and EPG were able to pull it on back and take us to the second overtime. We'll have to see where it goes. But yeah, you guys are definitely right in the chat. You know, that it just seems the pressure gets these teams a little bit and they crumble slightly. GoodJob feel like they definitely should have taken this one, and that's going to be playing on their minds that they lost this first overtime. Or, well, conceded it, you know, and it went to the second. But in their minds, it will, you know, look like they lost it, feel like they lost it, because they should have taken it. They really should have done. Void X, nice little spray down on towards Zed to open up yet again. That smacks of desperation. Zed over towards B, being given that lurk roll, but just goes rushing straight on in. Hooch takes down FN Yeeks. I think he is going to fall here, though, as he does not expect Box to be underneath him at party. Still the man advantage for the CT side. Ooh, but just lost it as Box takes down Elian. 3-on-3, making their way over towards A. Inside, good control. Box drops Trevel. Might be able to steal this one away as he gets even more aggressive. Drops Voidex. It's all on to Malik now to win the game for his team. 1 on 3. Not able to take down Coffee. He does spot him out after a few seconds. A bit of an awkward spray down from Coffee, but the positional advantage gives him the chance to take that round. Well, let's see. Good job given an opportunity, as they took that round relatively decisively, you know. Elian back on the AWP, back being confident. Goes for the repeat, misses the shot though. Malik gonna fall as well early on. Treble, meanwhile, from long, able to distract for a little bit of time, but still man advantage for the T side. Elian, I feel like he's gonna have to go huge with this AWP here. T seem to be dropping back as they have drawn a rotation away from B. This is a close exchange over towards short. Voidex able to find it onto Zed. Brings it into a 3-on-3. I think soon might give the info that the hit is coming on towards B. He's got to go huge here from the barrels. They're going to know his position. Flash goes on down towards Monster. Buys a bit of time. He manages to spot out Dubry, but not find the kill. The man advantage back in favour of the T side. Bomb going to go down. Hooch getting aggressive. Nice nade. Might just be able to drop box. It does. 2-on-2. They're both in towards the Monster position. The pit doing a lot of damage, but not able to find any kills as yet. Might just cost them the overtime, and it does. Dobry picks up the final kill. 21-21. It's a third overtime coming in. And this is where the maths gets a bit spooky. I think it's 25 rounds that they now require to take the game. It is shaping up to be a long one. Put it that way. Very, very back and forth. You give it to one team and then the other comes out on top. It is very hard to predict at this point in time. Holy moly. And this is where, like, EPG get 4 rounds in a row. 2 very quick kills. Shame that we missed those. Hooch does melt for that kill. So it's a 4-on-3. Still doable for the T side. We've seen them come back from scorelines such as this. I think this is part of the argument as to why some people say that 16k in the overtimes can be a little bit risky for scheduling, as games can last a lot longer than you would like them to sometimes. Edging towards B. Gonna have 2 players to deal with. Trevel could pull off a very quick flank as he is in towards water on short. Voidex manages to drop one on the site. Going to be hearing the rest of these players encroaching as well. Gets another, drops that bomb. Does dink up Coffee and leaves him in a 1-on-3. And there you go, that quick flank that I was talking about. Catches Coffee completely off guard. And Elements get the first round of the 3rd overtime on the board. Who's going to get to 40 first, boys? Dobry needs 1. Voidex, Malik, and Elian all need 3. Who's going to do it? I got my money on Voidex, I reckon. Bro, it doesn't say that on HLTV. You're lying. 25 HP on Zed very early on. As he's going to make his way back towards Monster, his tail in between his legs. For sure. Really just rotating around at this point in time, not quite dedicating themselves to any kind of position. They were playing a bit more of a default. Now they get aggressive over towards B. The smokes and Molotovs couple of flashes maybe going to come raining on in, stacking up to see if anyone's going to get aggressive from the short area in towards sewers. No one is. They're waiting patiently, maybe to try and sell the double fake, but no one moving from the B bomb site. They ain't buying it. They don't want to rotate mistakenly, and now they will hit that B bomb site. Dobry manages to get his 40 on the board. Trevel and Malik though chime in with a lot of damage onto these T-side players. Trevel gets another from behind the pillar and a 3-on-2. The AWP in play for FN Yeeks. Not seeing him on it very much, and Coffee's was that A lurker, so he's very far away indeed. Coffee going to make a lot of noise here. Trevel with the off angle, does go down though into a 2-on-2. Malik going to be very important here to hold this crack angle from the pit position. FN Yeeks manages to drop Elian. There's hardly any time remaining, but it doesn't matter. Malik picks up the final 2 for the second round of the third overtime. Gets 23 rounds on the board. If they can take all 3 here, they will only need 1 round in their T half. And Malik gets his 40 bomb as well. So some very nice score lines across the board. All to play for. Round number 400, day 63. We are nearing the end of this game, perhaps. Hopefully, to be honest. No offense to the boys, I do love casting the Counter-Strike, but I'd love to get a drink. I'd love to go to the toilet. Been here for about, dunno, a really long time. It started at 4, didn't it? My time, anyway. Hooch picks up a double. Concentrate on the game. Dobry and Zed trade it back. Bring it into a 3-on-3, but there's a dotted amount of damage across a lot of these players. Ooh, Zed falling as well. Could be the difference maker. That flash not really good enough from Dobry. Box over towards A. Gonna have to hope that his teammate buys him enough time and lets him get positional advantage. Elian is rotating away from A. Dobry doing the work, picks up Voidex, and essentially clears the B-bomb side, but the bomb is going A. See what Elian can do. 2-on-1 with the AWP, not looking too good. I think he hears the bomb plant coming in, so rotates back early to try and isolate this 1 versus 1. 5-7 in hand. Is he going to go in all guns blazing? Is he going to be able to take it very fast indeed? Goes for the bait shot, takes down Box, and might just be able to get the defuse in here before Dobry is even able to stop him. And there you go, on the bomb. Dobry too far away. 24th round for EPG. Unfortunately, it was a good idea, but Box rather really needed to stay alive there. Elian left the game. Maybe he thinks it's over. It's not over. Is it over? No. That's the half time. Really baited me out there, so we might have to wait for Elian to get back in. Apparently he's got FPS drops or something, so they're going to have to go for a bit of a pause. Yeah, I don't know. He shouldn't have done. He really should have just stood there and waited for his teammate to at least be in a closer position to trade. The bomb's not planted for Dobry at all. You know, again, it's those experience. Because in your mind, it's kind of like, oh, I could peek out and pick up this kill. Maybe I have to peek out and, you know, need to pick up this kill. Need to force the issue. Nerves set in. It's kind of a case of what do you do? How do you play it? And I doubt he's really been in many situations like that, where it's deep into overtime and the other teammate is all the way on another bomb site. Plays on your mind. It's very difficult because then it's kind of a case of what happens if he stayed hidden and his teammate falls. Then what does he do? Does he get the blame for that? The benefit of hindsight, really. It's a very difficult situation to be in. And this late into the game, you've been playing so much Counter-Strike non-stop, you are going to make mistakes. You know, unforced errors, as they are called in tennis. Either way, we're all ready. Elian back in the server. And we will be getting into the second half of overtime number 3. Let's get it, boys. It's going to be a good end. 1 round is all that's required for EPG. Let's see if they're able to get it in the bag. Good job. They need 3 in a row to take us to the second overtime. Nope. To take us to the 4th overtime. Oy vey. EPG. Can they do it? Let's find out. Hooch. 47 HP very early on. Slow default. Aggression in the bathroom, so could make a difference as Voidex really wants to go for this peak. Good job. Flash on through from his teammates. I'm not quite sure what Box is doing. He does have the open play. Ooh, misses the shot, and it costs him his life. Zed is there to trade it back, but found dropping away. Very well played from Voidex. Very good timing from Voidex. And the bomb making its way over towards B as they'd made some noise at A, and I think the rotation's coming in towards A. Coffee's ditched the B bomb site. It's all going to be onto FN Yeeks, that anchor, to hold it down when the push comes through. But then the bomb hasn't really dedicated to that yet either. Not quite sure what the game plan is here from the T side. Malik falls to Dobry. Now I think the bomb really is going to make its way over towards B. I don't know. What are you doing? Hooch, man. Make a decision. Make a decision. Tevo gets spotted out. Trying to go for the taps on in. Elian does manage to drop Dobry on the A site. They're really unsure. They've rotated back towards B though. Trevel drops FN Yeeks into a 2-on-2. He drops Coffee as well. And a 3-on-1 now for Zed. Oh, he could have denied the bomb plant there, but caught a little bit off guard, it would seem. Doesn't really even go for the spray. Elian now in on the flank. Might be a little bit too slow. Let's see. 1-on-2 here directly on the B site. Hooch got to find this one for his team, and he does. Takes down Zed and secures the game in the 3rd overtime, 25-21. We almost played 2 games of Counter-Strike in 1, but not quite. Not quite. A fair few extra rounds certainly coming on in, and it ends instantly. I don't even get a chance to talk about the scoreboard or anything, unfortunately, as I think, like yourselves, we are ready to get into that second map. Spurring to go, to be honest, as the players will be as well. Maybe they'll want a little bit of a break in between. I know that I do. I know that you guys as well will probably want a little bit of a break. But we will be back very, very shortly with our second map, Mirage. That was the pick of GoodJob. Overpass. They end up losing it in a very hard-fought battle. Their morale is going to be at an all-time low. So Mirage might be a very different game. It might be a very one-sided game. Or who knows, they might be able to get that resurgence, to find their confidence and the aggression and get a bit of vengeance on Mirage and take us to that 3rd map, which will be Dust 2. But we will find out. That is all in the future. For now, boys and girls, we're going to be going to a quick little break. Do be sure to stick around, and I will see you very shortly.